Anyway, Kevin Stefanski said Shedeur Sanders' previous arm soreness won't impact how much he plays in the preseason opener. We're past that. Browns wide receiver Jerry Jeudy and Cedric Tillman will not play in Friday's preseason opener. Take a listen to hear what Kevin Stefanski said to the media today.
On the game itself, we got game Friday night coming up. We'll rest some starters, some players will play. Obviously holding out some guys due to injury, as you know, and then we'll play Shedeur at quarterback. We just signed Snoop Huntley, as you guys saw. We'll see, get Snoop back up to speed quickly. He's been in a couple different offenses since we last saw him, so he's doing a great job of working at it, but it's a great opportunity for all of our...
Kevin Stefanski just dropped the bombshell we've all been waiting for. Shedeur Sanders is officially the starting quarterback for Cleveland's preseason opener. But here's what nobody's talking about. While the media was locked out of filming, something went down during that joint practice with Carolina that has NFL scouts buzzing. The kid who went from fourth string to starter in record time just had his first reunion with former Colorado teammate Jimmy Horn Jr. And let me tell you, their conversation before practice revealed everything you need to know about what's really happening behind closed doors. This isn't just another preseason story. This is the moment that could change everything for the most polarizing quarterback prospect in recent memory. Look, I've been following this story since day one, and what happened in Charlotte yesterday wasn't just another practice. It was a statement. When Kevin Stefanski stepped up to those microphones and said, "We'll play Shedeur at quarterback," that wasn't just coach speak. That was the sound of an organization finally admitting what we've all known for months. But let me back up and tell you how we really got here, because the media isn't giving you the full picture. Remember when Shedeur first walked into that Browns facility? Fourth on the depth chart. Fourth, behind guys who couldn't even make it through training camp healthy. The whispers around the building were brutal. He's not ready. Too much hype. Colorado was smoke and mirrors. Even some of the veteran players were side-eyeing this kid, wondering if all that primetime swagger was going to translate when the lights got bright. But here's what those doubters didn't see coming. Shedeur Sanders doesn't just have talent. He has that clutch gene that you can't teach. And more importantly, he has something that every franchise quarterback needs: the ability to make everyone around him better. You want proof? Look at what happened during those 7-on-7 drills that the media wasn't allowed to film. According to the reports that did leak out, Shedeur went 2 for 3 in his limited reps. But that's not the story. The story is who he was throwing to, guys like Floria, players that most casual fans have never even heard of. And guess what? They looked like legitimate NFL receivers when 12 was slinging them the ball. This is exactly what happened at Colorado, and it's happening again right before our eyes. Remember when nobody knew who Jimmy Horn Jr. was before he started catching passes from Shedeur? Now look at him. He's on an NFL roster, getting ready to face his former quarterback in a nationally televised game. Which brings us to that moment that gave me chills.
Hey, get out there today.
I know it's love. I like what you got in your hands, though. I like that.
Yeah.
I feel that. Hey, but this those niggas.
I'm mic'd up now.
It's gonna get a little personal.
It's personal. You know what it is.
Awesome stuff right there, and I would like to say good luck to all of the former Colorado Buffs. Adam Thielen also showed love to Shedeur Sanders today. Trust me, man, people know Shedeur Sanders is him. Jimmy Horn Jr., we had a video clip of him warming up right in practice as far as joint practice.
When Shedeur and Jimmy Horn Jr. met up before practice, the cameras caught something special. You could feel the genuine respect between these two players who went through war together at Colorado. But listen to what Jimmy said. It's going to get a little personal. That's not trash talk. That's competitive fire between two guys who know each other's games inside and out. And Shedeur's response? It's personal. You know what it is. That's the mentality of a winner. Someone who's ready to prove himself on the biggest stage. But here's what really got my attention: the body language. These weren't two rookies nervous about their first NFL action. These were two confident players who know they belong. The way they dapped each other up, the smiles, the mutual respect, that's the kind of energy you see from players who've been tested and proven themselves under pressure. Now, let's talk about what Kevin Stefanski really said during that press conference, because the headlines only told half the story. When asked about Shedeur's previous arm soreness, Stefanski didn't just dismiss it. He was emphatic. We're past that. Think about what that means. This coaching staff has been ultra-conservative with their players all training camp. They held out Jerry Jeudy and Cedric Tillman just to be safe. But when it comes to Shedeur, full green light. That tells you everything you need to know about how this organization really feels about their rookie quarterback. They're not just giving him a chance, they're betting their reputation on him. And let's be honest about something else. The timing of this announcement is no coincidence. The Browns could have easily started Kenny Pickett, a guy with NFL experience who knows the system. They could have gone with Joe Flacco, the veteran presence. Instead, they're throwing their first-year player into the fire on national television. Now that's not desperation, that's confidence. But the real story isn't just what happened during practice. It's what's been building behind the scenes for weeks. Sources close to the team have been whispering about how Shedeur carries himself in the building. While other rookies are still trying to figure out where the cafeteria is, this kid is studying film with the intensity of a 10-year veteran. The offensive line has noticed it too. These are grown men who've been protecting quarterbacks for years. And they're already talking about how Shedeur communicates in the pocket. He's not panicking, he's not scrambling around like a chicken with his head cut off. He's making pre-snap adjustments and putting the ball exactly where it needs to be. Remember, this is the same quarterback who threw for over 27 touchdowns in his final season at Colorado while dealing with constant pressure and a rebuilding offensive line. Now he's got NFL talent around him, and more importantly, he's got an offensive coordinator who's actually designing plays to maximize his strengths. Speaking of strengths, let's talk about what makes Shedeur different from every other rookie quarterback in this class. While guys like Caleb Williams and Jaden Daniels were getting all the first-round hype, Shedeur was quietly putting together one of the most complete college careers we've seen in recent memory. This isn't some one-hit wonder who had a good senior season. This is a player who's been elite at every level he's played. High school, dominated. Junior college, dominated. Colorado, turned around a program that was a laughingstock and made them nationally relevant. But here's what separates the good quarterbacks from the great ones: how they handle adversity. And let me tell you something, Shedeur Sanders has seen more adversity in his college career than most NFL quarterbacks see in 5 years. Playing behind a patchwork offensive line at Colorado, dealing with constant media scrutiny because of his last name, carrying an entire program on his shoulders while everyone was waiting for him to fail. That's not normal rookie experience. That's trial by fire, and he came out the other side stronger. Now he's walking into Cleveland, a city that hasn't had consistent quarterback play in decades, and he's not intimidated. He's excited. You could see it in that conversation with Jimmy Horn. This isn't a kid who's overwhelmed by the moment. This is someone who's been preparing for this his entire life. And let's address the elephant in the room. All the critics who said he only succeeded at Colorado because of his coaching and the system. Well, guess what? That system was built around his strengths. Just like successful NFL offenses are built around their franchise quarterbacks, the Browns didn't draft Shedeur to fit into their existing system. They're adapting their system to maximize what he does best. And what he does best is make quick decisions, deliver accurate passes under pressure, and elevate the play of everyone around him. During yesterday's practice, even with limited reps, you could see the difference in tempo when Shedeur was behind center. The offense moved with purpose, receivers ran their routes with confidence, and even the coaching staff seemed more energized on the sidelines. This is what happens when you have a quarterback who commands respect through his preparation and his performance. Not just his pedigree, but Friday night isn't just about Shedeur proving himself to Browns fans. It's about proving himself to the entire NFL. This game is being nationally televised, which means every general manager, every scout, every coach in the league is going to be watching. Think about that pressure for a second. Most rookies get to ease into their first NFL action with limited expectations and minimal media coverage. Shedeur is getting thrown straight into prime time with the weight of an entire franchise's quarterback future on his shoulders. And you know what? I think that's exactly where he wants to be. This is a player who thrived under the brightest lights in college football. When Colorado needed a touchdown in the fourth quarter, who did they trust? When the game was on the line and the entire stadium was watching, who stayed calm in the pocket and delivered strikes? The same quarterback who's about to show the NFL world what they've been missing. Here's my prediction for Friday night, and I'm going on record with this. Shedeur Sanders is going to throw for at least 3 touchdowns in his NFL debut. Not because the competition is weak, but because this kid has been preparing for this moment his entire life. The connection he already has with receivers like Floria, the way he's commanding the huddle, the confidence he's showing in practice, these aren't accidents. This is the result of countless hours of preparation, meeting natural talent, and unshakable confidence. But beyond the stats and the highlights, Friday night is about something bigger. It's about a young man proving that he belongs at the highest level of football, not because of his name or his hype, but because of his work and his talent. The doubters have been loud, and they've been persistent. He can't handle NFL pressure. He's not ready for this level of competition. The Browns are setting him up to fail. Well, guess what? Shedeur Sanders has been hearing doubters his entire career, and he's made a habit of proving them wrong. Colorado, they said he couldn't turn around a losing program. He did. They said he couldn't succeed without elite talent around him. He did. They said he couldn't handle the pressure of being a coach's son in the spotlight. He thrived under it. Now they're saying he can't succeed in the NFL as a rookie starter. Want to bet against him? Because here's what I see when I watch Shedeur Sanders. I see a player who doesn't just meet the moment, he elevates it. Every big game, every crucial drive, every time the lights were brightest, he delivered. And Friday night, when 31 other NFL teams are watching and evaluating, when Browns fans are hoping for a glimpse of their future, when the media is ready to either crown him or criticize him, that's when Shedeur Sanders is at his best. The reunion with Jimmy Horn Jr. was just a preview of what's coming. These two players pushed each other to be great at Colorado, and now they get to compete against each other on the biggest stage in football. But make no mistake about it, while Jimmy might be wearing a different jersey, Shedeur is still the same quarterback who made him look like an All-American in college. The same vision, the same arm talent, the same clutch gene that separates good players from great ones. Kevin Stefanski's announcement wasn't just about naming a starter for a preseason game. It was about announcing the beginning of a new era in Cleveland. An era where the Browns finally have the quarterback they've been searching for since they returned to the NFL.so. When you're watching Friday night at 7 p.m. Eastern on NFL Network, remember what you're witnessing. This isn't just another preseason debut. This is the first chapter of what could be a legendary NFL career. The question isn't whether Shedeur Sanders is ready for this moment. The question is whether the NFL is ready for Shedeur Sanders. Based on everything we've seen, everything we've heard, and everything that went down in Charlotte yesterday, I think we're about to find out. But what do you think? Is Shedeur about to shock the world? Or are the Browns setting him up for failure by throwing him into the fire this early? Drop your predictions in the comments below. I want to know if you think he's going to ball out, or if this is too much, too soon. And if you want to stay updated on every move Shedeur makes this preseason, make sure you smash that subscribe button and hit the notification bell. Trust me, you don't want to miss what happens next in this story.